Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Arcanum. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today here in the city of Kintara, the elven city of Kintara. Very, very important detail there. Let me actually check before we proceed how many companions I can have. I can have 4 companions. That's of course not counting with Ash over here. In actual fact, I'm just gonna probably just drop Gar. He's level 15. I think they're leveling up as I am. Which would make Virgil and Magnus of the same level that I am, which is pretty good. And Jaina, who started actually I think she started like 10 levels below me, so now she's caught up, which is pretty good. And Gar has been going steadily up, which is fine. But we are exploring the city, and we're saying hi to anybody that lives around here. And we have already a mission. Well, don't really have a mission, but at least we have a little bit of context for telling one of the scientists in here, or masters, I suppose, exactly how I feel about him not letting, well, being a jerk, for one. That's the only thing, really. That's the problem, because his subject doesn't really enjoy him, and I guess, I don't know whose fault that is. I guess there's always considerations to be had. And, oh, I see the dead body of Wrath, Jormund's mentor. There seems to be no sign of violence or a struggle. Well, that's exactly the guy I was gonna talk to, and that's exactly the guy I was talking about. This empty wine glass has a strange pungent odor, which definitely means it was poison. Okay. Well, this is a bit of a problem, I imagine. I expect... I don't remember how the quests go. I expect the guy not to, or the guy that we talked to last episode, not to actually have been responsible at all for this, because the way he was talking, he really, I don't think so. Yeah, that's not him. Where is he? Was he not here? He was here. He's in there, right? Can I? Huh, wait a minute. What business do you have here? Jormund is under arrest for murder. You believed he killed Wrath? Who else could have done it? Elves like us don't kill each other. Besides yourself, he was the only other outsider in Kintara when the murder occurred. What do you mean you don't kill yourselves? Oh, wait a minute. There's many other considerations to have in regards to that, to kill each other, I should say. There's other considerations in regards to that line, apparently. Are there other types of elves? There are other types of elves. I thought there were dark elves. And it's probably what it's gonna say. Let's go with that and see. Let's not pursue the fact that we might be a suspect here. Oh, no, there are not. You must have misunderstood my meaning. No, there are. There are. So are you saying there's no murder among elves like you? Yeah, that was my point. Are you guys physically incapable of killing one another? Not in my lifespan, he says. There hasn't been. It just doesn't happen. Elves aren't like the other races. Okay. So, I suppose that, you know, probability and all that sort of stuff, that makes some sense. So how was Wrath killed? We haven't determined that as of yet, he says. At this point, all we know is that we can find no evidence of any injuries from weapons. Well, what about magic? Quench Life would have done the trick. No, we of Kintara are acutely attuned to the flows. If any dark necromancy had been used, we would have felt it. Okay, no weapons or magic. The leaves poison, right? I am not at liberty to discuss any more of this case with you. I've revealed too much already, I fear. Oh, okay. Well, may I be allowed to go in and speak with him at least? Sure, go on in, but don't try anything. I'll be listening out here. Sure, goodbye. Okay, that explains it why I couldn't talk to Jormund over here. He's gonna be pretty upset. I mean, he wasn't really upset last time around, but that kind of explains why we couldn't actually get his intention as a quest. We never got it as a quest to convince Wrath that Jormund should be let go or something. You've returned, he says. Yeah, well, I need to make a verdict right now. I don't believe you are guilty of killing Wrath. Why do you say that? Well, because I can't ask you whether or not you are. He was not killed with magic or a weapon that leaves poison. There is only one. Oh, maybe I should have come. I think the fact that I picked up that stuff might have, or the cup might have changed the dialogue there. But anyway, there is only one apothecary, sharp in Kintara. If the poison was bought here, he'd have been the one to sell it. I need to speak with him somehow. Since I am confined to my house, I need someone to help clear my name. Are you interested in helping me out? Sure. I'll help you out. I will give you my prized staff of Zoranth for your help, good sir. Yeah, I have no use for things of magic. The staff of Zoranth could fetch quite a substantial price in the open market for you. Sure. I accept your offer. But I'm no merchant. Good day, basically. Oh, that's okay. I got the mission already. I'm no merchant. Okay, so maybe if you said I'm no merchant, then that would have still gotten the mission for us, and just like, no, I don't need the staff. Just shut up. I am a merchant. I sell things, many things. I carry around many things to sell, and well, many more things that are not meant to be sold. Who's that? An elf villager. Hello, Mr. Elf Villager. Can I have a talk with you? Greetings. Might I ask your name? Oh, my name is Mr. Windy. These guys all end their names in E, is that it? The Master of the Hunt. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he looks at the sky. He seems somewhat distracted. Well, the pleasure is mine. You said you were the Master of the Hunt? We have a group of hunters who supply Kintara with food and other supplies. I am their commander. Oh, I see. Are there a lot of hunters here in Kintara? No, we are a small community here. We have never have need for more than 3 or 4 hunters at any given time. And he looks up. Say, do you happen to know the hour? Sure. Although I don't believe I have a watch. I might have some parts of pocket watches, but he only half hears you. Yeah, I'm very worried. There's a hunter who left here yesterday and hasn't returned. Normally I'd not be concerned, but he was hunting in the forest near the Dark Fens. There are strange things in those swamps. Oh, yeah, that's worrisome. Can I be of help? Would you? I need to go on another hunt, but I could tell you where he was hunting and you could travel there. I'm sure it's nothing, but I get worried about my hunters. If you could see to it that he's safely on his way home, I could offer you some elven chainmail. Sure. Done. Thank you for so very much. I can mark your map with the general area where he was hunting. Good luck to you. Oh, I'll be going then. Thank you very much. I suppose I could go right now. Let's go right now. I'm kind of a little bit afraid of the rest of the town, really. And also, I wanted to put it to test that a murder has been occurred, and they are gonna let me out. So, yeah. Let's look over here and see that I have accepted that. Secure Jormund's release by finding Wrath's killer, indeed, or secure his execution. Now, where do we need to go? Small camp. Poacher's camp. The Bedokan village. We were definitely not there. Let's go around. Let's go right through there and see if we can find things. That seems like a more interesting approach, because I know I checked. I went online and checked and looked at the map, and this place, oh no, I didn't have my finger on the Arky. This place, this area is full of ooh, that was bad. Critical miss there. Is full of area of little spots of places that you can go to and visit, but I didn't memorize any. I actually memorized one. It's right there. There's one thing over here, but I'll be as I said before, I'll be exploring the map off camera later on, or maybe I should do it right now. We got bears, black bears. Okay, best bears are black. Let's go ahead and only 3 shots, but very fancy deaths. Nice. Was that a single shot? That was pretty good, though. Okay, moving on. Getting, of course, all the experience is also very important. We have these kites, or whatever, the kite warriors, sure. Yeah, it's a shame oh, they're fleeing. I think we did it. Yeah, we killed them all. Okay, let's see what they had. A little bit of money, and it's always their sword. So I guess the money is the only thing that I really need. Apart from, of course, the arrows that I could take, but they don't have any. These are only warriors. Because, of course, if you use a bow and arrow, you're not a warrior. No, what are you? That's a little bit weird, but it's, I think it's the implication here. Because they have the kite archers, as far as I know, but even if they don't, it's still, yeah. Yeah. It's like the warrior class in, like, I don't know, Pillars of Eternity, for example. I wonder, actually, can the warrior class... it's a different game, not this Let's Play. Colonel, keep your eyes on the prize here. So, bringing up my strength is going to be very important, because we are... Well, I want to use the elephant gun. And I can't use it yet. I could try it. There's no free hand to use. I know there's no free hand to use. Yeah. Minimum strength requirement, 12. Good. Moving on then. I mean, if things keep at this rate, we're gonna level up in no time. But all I wanted is to find things. Come on. I did notice that there were large patches of land that didn't have anything. And that is a hell beast. Level 15. Not very hellish. Still kill you. My friends didn't attack. We got a Phage Dragaron. There we go. Pretty good. Didn't really serve to bring my experience up by a pip. That was like half of one. Yeah. I wonder. I don't own the. So I don't need to go over there, right? No. I don't own the original version of the game. I think I mentioned that before about what version I have of the game. I have. Well, actually, the one I'm playing is the one from GOG.com. But I have one that's like a... It's a boxed version. But I was confusing the boxes when I said it. I think I said it. Or was it... It might have been a stream or something. But I think I said it, and I was confusing the boxes with the box that I have of Temple of Elemental Evil. Which is the original version. But the one I have for... Magnus...
How can I help you?
What did you pick up? Oh, there's more things. I didn't notice these things. Okay, you guys handle them? That was weird. It's fine. But yeah, I own like a silver box thing for this game, and that didn't come with a manual. Oh, how exactly does that work? Why can't I shoot the wolves through Jaina? Okay, good stuff. Is that wolf gonna run away? Yes. And he's cut in half, because such is the way of Mortal Kombat. Not the game, just the nature of... Anyway. So yeah, I don't know if it comes with a cloth map, because I know, for example, Morrowind comes with a cloth map, or at least the normal version of the game comes with a cloth map, and that changes the like the exploration completely, because you have at your disposal, you have the tools. Hi, Mr. Swamp Apes. Oh yeah, the swamps. Okay, this is gonna be bad because I need to move. So I'm gonna need to go over there. Oh, I can shoot from here. Perfect. So they hate me. Okay. Yeah. I still got a couple of shots, which is pretty good. No, don't heal me. She just wastes so much healing. It's crazy. But it's fine, because I really don't consider bandages to be a very, very good healing item. So I just give her that. It's good healing item. It's just whatever. It's a whatever thing. It's not as fast as a... It's not as fast as a... as one of these things. In terms of just using it, because it takes a while. Might not even... Yeah, it's not even usable outside of combat, so that's right. It's not as good. Okay, so it's not north that we need to go, because that way is the map. Well, I say north, but I was really going east. Yes. Let's go this way. Looks like... Oh, okay. Ooh, I see creatures, many more creatures. Okay, let's start with the green one. Hi. Are you not... Hi. These guys are not aggressive? Hi. Speak with our chieftain, Warmblood. Oh, I was gonna start combat. I really was. Hi. Find Kankerai, our chieftain. He will speak with one such as you. Okay. That's very nice of him. Or her. Chieftain, is that... No, chieftainess. That's our... I don't know if it's gendered or not. Hi. Oh, over there. Okay, so I already found my target. I could, of course, have come in guns blazing, and I was almost... Oh, they differentiate themselves by color. Good. Hi. The creature before you is covered in scales, with a large mouth full of sharp teeth and eyes of the coldest silver. Various tattoos cover much of its body. Warm blood betrayer. Offspring murderer, what brings you here? What death do you bring? What lies will you tell? Kankerai stands before you. My power is greater than yours. I'm sorry? Have we met before? I've never seen your kind. Actually, this is important. Warm blood betrayer, offspring murderer. So if this connects with the main quest, which I think it actually might, but I don't know. If it connects to the main quest, that if he's like saying the same thing, if essentially he's saying the same thing that Virgil was saying, that I'm the, don't remember his name, reborn and all that, then, I don't know. Have we met before? I know you, betrayer. I know all your faces, Warmblood. All the same, all liars and murderers, all bringers of death. Oh, okay, so that's, never mind, it's not main quest related. Well, Listen, perhaps you should tell me what's going on here. You know, Warmblood, pits lined with teeth of metal, nets to catch the women, your weapons of flash and pain. You hunt well the children and the old. You hunt well the children, yeah. But Kenkerai is no such easy target. Face me, Warmblood. Wait a minute, the elves attack you? The elves attack you. That's what the hunters are for. I was gonna say, I don't know if the elves here are attuned to nature or anything, but, I mean, and I'm not saying that, cultures that are attuned to nature as a sort of defining factor can't have hunters and can't hunt and kill animals for food, but definitely not that, because both historically and logically speaking, that's not necessarily the case. But, like, in video games, you usually see, like, rangers who are attuned to nature have an animal companion, and just, like, they're friends of animals, and that kind of, usually requires some sort of explanation in-game to explain why they, and how they hunt, and how they go about killing and eating animals. But so that kind of popped into my head. I didn't say anything because it doesn't matter, and it wasn't really relevant. But kind of popped into my head that maybe, like, are they hunting animals? And they might be hunting these guys. So yeah, Pete's with teeth and nets. Yeah, let's go with that. Are your people being hunted? Hunted? Yes, our women and offspring, the old ones. Now Kankerai will hunt. I have already captured the pale, sharp-eared Warmblood. Bound him with my power. You will... It's a hole on the ground. That's your power? Your hole... Okay, whatever. You will be next, and then Kankerai will go to the Warmblood tree village and burn it to the ground. So you think the elf was hunting your people? You mean Sharp-Ear? Pale Warmblood? We captured him, sneaking into our swamps, planning more death with his weapons and his strange ways. But Kankerai fell upon him, and my ways were greater than his, and I brought him back here, tied like the fruit of the hunt. Have you ever had any... I was gonna ask this, but this one is more important. Have you ever had any problems with pale Warmbloods before? He stops for a moment, considering. No, Sharp-Ears have not killed Bedokan before, nor have they ruined the land. But we are not easy prey, Warmblood. A hunter in different skin is still a hunter, and Kenkerai goes not quietly. He... What does he... Hold a moment. Neither the elves nor I have done you harm. He's silent. Yes, the words you speak are true, Warmblood, but... that does not mean you will not. Well... what? Okay, so this thing could be me opening hostilities here, because... what does my name have to do with any of this? It's like, agreed. I am called Obadiah Rumblemore, and I just, like, shoot him in the head. Because that would be kind of badass and kind of would fit that line. It's sort of weird, but I'm gonna go with that because the other one, I recommend that you do as I say. That one, let's not start with the recommendations here. Let's try and bring this to a peaceful resolution, if at all possible. He inclines his head stiffly, and I am Kenkerai, chieftain of the Bedokan. What brings you to our village, Warmblood? Have you come in defense of this, well, elf? Yeah, I believe you are, imprisoning him, wrongly. What know you of their ways? Oh, you stopped being able to speak. You assume that elves are innocent and Bedokan are evil. No, actually, that's sort of okay, yeah. I know this. All Wormbloods think like you. They fear the cold blood ways. They see us as beasts, devoid of love or reason. Well, I am sensible to that, and I am willing to believe that the elves might be hunting you, but you said they weren't. So, which one is it? Please forgive me, I meant no offense. What has happened here? You would hear our story? Very well. As I've said, the Bedokan have lived in the dark fens for as long as the seasons have turned, and for all that time we have kept to ourselves. We knew of the elves, but they harmed us not, and we accepted their natural place. Oh, something happened then. You said your people were hunted. Yes, 4 winters ago, Warmbloods came to our swamps and set out things of death, and shot us with their weapons, and collected the bodies of dead. Oh, okay. Who were these Warmbloods? You said they were not elves? They were like elves, but a little darker and not as tall. They had no words of power, but they had that's magic, I suppose. But they had strange weapons, and they rode strange beasts made of wood. Did they? What? Wagons. Oh, right. Okay. Yes. How were the wagons propelled? Why would you not notice? That's sort of a that doesn't make sense that he would say something like that, because he knows. I mean, he doesn't live inside of a beast made of leather, and like also he doesn't call a tree a beast made of wood, and he can see that there's a horse pulling the wagon, because there's no steam powered wagons in this game as far as I know. So that would make him, like, at least more, more normally, more understandably call them beasts, but still, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, men in wagons. Where did they come from? From the south. They came from the south over the mountains and into the dark fens, and the land cries out wherever they touch it. They know not the way of the land or the cold blood ways, nor do we care. No, nor do they care, he says. Okay, so what did you say these men did with the bodies of your people? Kankara is silent for a moment. You can see the anger seething in his silver eyes. They skinned them, Obadiah Rumblemore. They skinned our elders and our children and our women, and then they threw their remains into the swamp. No rites of passage, no guide to the Snake Fathers. No, dear God, poachers. Well, I'm so very sorry, Kankara. Can I say that I'll avenge them or something? Yeah, right. Yeah, let's go with this one. I believe your words, Obadiah Rumblemore. Perhaps you are different. Perhaps you might be able to see the cold visions. That's that's nice. It's also interesting that they so much differentiate between, like, calling other races warmbloods and recognizing themselves as cold-blooded because they're talking our language and all that sort of stuff. That makes total sense. But defining their language or their sort of traditions, it's not actually language, defining their traditions based on whether they're warm-blooded or cold-blooded, like the cold visions, that just strikes me as definitely not what it would be if this were a real race, basically, because it's not like the French are gonna, I don't know, let's see what differentiates the French from the, who were they fighting in the 15th century? Why did I pick a country that I'm not familiar with the history of? Anyway, it's not like they define themselves with a... Oh, that's an interesting one. I got an interesting one, one that I actually know. The Romans, I should say. The Romans called the people who lived where I live, in Portugal, and the people just generally of the northwestern areas of the Iberian Peninsula, they called them... actually, only one author, but we don't have many literature from back then, but one author... One famous author called them the people who said B instead of V, and you can see that the sort of speaking mannerism still today in the people from here. We have a lot of like very would say very instead of very. Like, of course, we don't have that as a word, but I do have a friend which we call Barry, and I believe that I don't know the origin of his nickname, but I believe that might be because he said Barry in class, because he was from from school. It's a school friend, but it's like they called us the people who say B rather than V, but it's all one word. It sounds a little bit better in Latin. But of course, the people who lived here, whoever they were, the Visigoths and whatever, the people who lived here wouldn't call themselves that because they would just say B rather than B. They would say, "Oh, we're the people that say B rather than B." That doesn't, you know what I mean? So that's like they wouldn't have cold visions. They would have visions. It's like the definition of a sword. Like the Latins, or again with the Latins. Come on, Colonel. The Romans had gladi and spatai, would be the plural. The spata, basically, that's basically the same word as spade, and gladi, which is a different type of sword. But they didn't have other swords for sword. They just had that thing. They didn't say, "Oh yeah, I have a gladius sword." In Latin, you just had you had a gladius, and the same goes for Japanese with a katana because it just means sword. And of course, they had other words for it, but it's just generally speaking the word that we, as a foreigner from both Rome and Japan, or at least I, a foreigner from Japan, recognize as a katana. In Japanese, for example, it wouldn't necessarily be the thing that I recognize it to be for, and they wouldn't necessarily identify it as that. That's what I mean. Anyway, moving on. I will regret having to make war on all the warm bloods if there is even one like you among them, but I will do so nonetheless. Make war, but it is only these men. Yeah, I don't think I should do. This is not a very good line, but I don't think this is better. Trying to appeal to reason in this instance is probably a bad thing, and especially because I wouldn't recommend that, Kenkarai. You would lose. That seems like a threat, so it's even worse. But this one, I think this one is the correct one, but this one isn't very it's necessarily good because, like, I'm raising my tone, and I'm sort of, but it is only these men. I'm sort of the butt, and I'm not being compassionate here, and especially on the tail of the line that I just said before. But anyway, let's go with that. Yes, but there is a price in warm blood that must be paid. Men will die, and then all of their offspring until there are none left. Only this will quiet the fury of the Snake Fathers. Elves are warm blood, and they will die as well. There's really no reason to tell him that he's gonna die, because he's gonna die if he does that. I will kill him, but that's not the point. I would rather he don't die, because I would rather actually go in after the men that killed him, if they are still around. I think they might be. Let's see. Please, you must allow me to convince you otherwise. Let's go with that. Yeah. How would I rumble more? I respect your words, and I see the truth in them, but how can you deny the evil of what has been done to me and my people? Do you disagree that a price must be paid? No. But not all must pay the price. That's true, but if you wage war on the warm bloods, you will die. Perhaps you are right, but what else can be done? No, this one. Not all must pay the price. Let's talk about the elves. Yes, but let us speak of it. Oh, we spent the whole night in here. The snake and the lizard are both of the Snake Fathers. Both live in the reptilian dream. Men and elves are also the same, of the warm blood, and therefore live by the same code. Well, the elves have their own code, different from that of men. What do you mean? Are they not smooth-skinned like men, hunt with weapons and wear clothes and speak fancy words? They seem to me the very same. Well, that's very normal that they seem the very same, but it's all a matter of perspective. Are we not all bipedal? Shouldn't we, by that logic, all have the same code? Because we share the same traits? It's a matter of perspective, but of course I can't tell him that, and also it would be very hard to convince him of that and explain that to him in this situation, I think, because I think he's heated, and it's sort of, well, as much as you could get yourself heated being a cold blood. Yeah, elves live in trees, men live in buildings of wood and stone. These are small things, small differences. I speak of hearts and minds, the dreams of the warm blood. It is there that elves are the same as men, in their hearts, in their words. Well, I can't speak for the elves, so I can't really say, because I don't know if the elves are jerks to them. They very well might be. Well, you said the elves have words of power and men do not. Yes, you see that Kenkarai is a little bit confused. We also have these words, Obadiah. These powers are old powers, tied to the waters and the land. I see that the elves have these powers, and yet they are warm blood? Yeah, the cold blood way is not the only way. Why do you assume that I do not listen to your words? Do you think me a beast with no reason, no love? You see with blind eyes, Obadiah. Well, I meant to say that elves, too, are tied to the land. No, I will hear no more. War it must be. Unless... And he hesitates, looking at you. What? Is there an alternative? What else can be done? You can pay the price demanded by the Snake Fathers, Obadiah. If a Wormblood was to kill those responsible, then I would not have to wage war against them all. The cold blood ways allow this retribution. If you kill these poachers, I will free the elf and turn from the ways of war. Will you do this? Okay. That's a really cool explanation. And it actually fits in, I suppose, my perspective anyway, of more tribalistic codes of conduct. Because it's basically a sort of a sacrifice of the warm bloods, but it's a very short-sighted one. And of course, that's, these guys are primitive in regards to their code, obviously. But it's very limited for a simple reason. Imagine the warm bloods coming here with an army, kill them all, or just save one, or enslave them all, and just do terrible things, and then kill their own army, and these guys wouldn't have a problem. You see the problem there? And I'm talking about an army because it could apply to small contingent as well. But yeah, I will do so. You will? Oh, good. Here's where the men were last seen. He points to a place on your map, not far from where you are. Kill all of the men and return to me. I will do so, Kankarai. And in doing so, I will free the other dude from your power. From your power. Anyway, for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Arcanum. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.